Hello friend, it's Barb. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. If you've come back for more, thanks so much. I greatly appreciate you. So in my video that I did showing off all of the Blue Sky planners that I received, I got a comment asking me to please do a pen swatching so that they can get an idea of what the paper was like. So I do have some pen swatches already because I've used a couple of them. So we can go ahead and flip through those and we can actually do some pen swatching on ones that I haven't used yet that I'm about to start using actually. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick flip through of the ones that I have used. So this is a daily, okay? And it was a collab one that they did with an artist, Brooke Gosson. And this one is a little bit different than the rest of them because it is a cream colored paper. And what I found on this one is that there is some ghosting. On these particular pages, this one in particular actually, I used one of these zebra clip art ones that I hadn't used before because I got them brand new, and I used the blue one, and as you could see, there was some ghosting involved in that page. And yeah, it's not terrible, but there was some ghosting involved. What can I tell you? On this one other page that I did, this one had a lot less ghosting, but just a, you know, a little tiny bit. I mean, that's perfectly normal in my opinion. And I had actually done a pen swatching for myself actually of these dual brush pens from Tombow. And on those, there was hardly nothing at all. And that little side of the pen did have a little bit of ghosting. So, I mean, it's not terrible. We can actually go ahead and do a pen swatch of this one. I use this one at work all the time. It's a tool. And I think this is the 0.5. We'll check. So yeah, that's the 0.5, I believe. And there's just minor ghosting involved. It's not terrible. And we're going to go ahead and check a mild liner as well because I use mild liners all the time. So let's go ahead and do the mild liner. Pick the dark color that I had so that we can go ahead and check that out. So yeah, there is some ghosting with the mild liner on this particular paper. Now, let me see what other pen I have that I can show you. We can go ahead and use this I always massacre Fudenosuke. I think that's how you pronounce it. If I got it wrong, I apologize. And that one's a little bit old, I think. Let's try this one. Much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the damage is on that side. Nah, it's not terrible, but you can see. See it? Slight ghosting on that one. And what else do I have here that I can show off? This one, what's this? This is a Muji. And slight ghosting as well. Not too much on that one. And this one, this is a Sarasa clip. I use the Sarasa mark-on all the time, but we can go ahead and test this one out. So on that one, I want to say minor ghosting. So that's what we have for this one in particular. Not terrible. I can work with it. So the other one that I have been using, excuse me for that, put that one over here. The other one that I've been using a lot is this one. This is also a collab one. I've been using this as my social media planner. And this one, as you can see, I've been using the mild liners and such all over the place with it. And I've been using this pen all the time, the Sarasa mark on. And as you can see, I mean, it's fine. You can't really see the mild liners and stuff from page to page, which is really good. See, because I used it right there, you can barely see, you can't see anything, in my opinion. And let me see if I can show you another page that has it. So I use this green for this week, okay? And you can't see the green there, and you really can't tell. I mean, it holds up really good with the mild liners on these pages. So I'm really happy about that. And this one, this is the Pocket Day Designer, which is also by Blue Sky. And on this one, we'll go ahead and take a look. So let's look. This is the month of August. Very minor ghosting that you can see on the other side of the pages. And same thing goes for all of them. I mean, I use that marker to fill in those boxes, and you can't tell on the other page. So I would tell you that the sheet quality on these is really good. I'm very happy with it. You see, I used the mild liner in purple there, and you can't see it come out through that page at all. And again, I've used this pen all the time. And here's that other one right there. You can't see anything going on that side. You can see a little bit where I'm a little bit heavy-handed. So maybe if I used a pencil board or something, you wouldn't be able to see anything, but it's very minor and you can't see anything. So that's that one. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and test out a couple of these. So I want to test out, is it this one? I want to test out the one that I'm probably going to end up using. I'm thinking of changing my fitness workout journal and actually using one of these. Why? Because I've been using this. Let me show you really quick. I've been using this one, and although I really love the fact that I've stayed consistent in it since January, I feel that it's time to move on, because I don't have that many weekly pages left back here. And I actually want to be able to use a different style of page to track my workouts. As you can see, this weekly setup here doesn't leave me with a lot of room to write. And I'll show you, I was doing more detailed information on these weeklies, and it became too much because there was not much room to write. So I want to keep track of the actual weight that I'm doing, because I have been increasing my weight on my workouts. So I feel that this layout is going to be more conducive for that, if that makes sense. And I can, if I really want to, I can go ahead and put a line in the middle and, you know, keep things nicely tracked. And yeah, and I can decorate it if I want. And if I just want to put a couple of icons, I can do that too. I can use different markers. And we're going to test the markers and we're going to test the pens right now, because that's actually going to help me decide which one of these I actually want to use. So we're going to go ahead, and since this starts in July and I'm not going to be using July, we're going to go ahead and test out a theory here to see what the damage is that we're going to do if I do this on these pages. So if I were to draw a line in the middle, I would go ahead and most likely use either a mild liner or I would use one of these. So let's test out a gray mild liner, and we're going to use this side of it. Actually, we're going to use the other side, because I usually use that little tip. to do my lines. So we're gonna go ahead and draw a line down the middle and see what that looks like on the other side of the page. I don't think it's gonna do much. Absolutely nothing. You can't see a thing. So we're gonna go ahead and make that even thicker just to check it out. Absolutely nothing. You can't see a thing again. Actually, I was showing you 2 pages. So that's what that other side of the page looks like. And you can't barely see anything at all. So I'm very happy with that outcome. And we're going to go ahead and try out this tool, which I probably won't be using on this, but why not test it out? So we're going to say tool. And this one was mild liner. And we're gonna go ahead and try out Mr. Muji. I'm not a huge fan of these Mujis. They're kind of scratchy. I don't like them that much. So we're gonna try out my favorite lately. I love this pen. Sarasa Mark On. And we're gonna test out my other one, which is the Sarasa Clip. See, I like the Mark On better than this one. It probably would help if I take off everything that it has on it. If it'll come off. There we go. Okay. I'm thinking, let's try the Tombow. I'm just gonna call it Fude. So far, that's what everything looks like. If you can see, I hope you can. So far, the one that has the most ghosting is that Tool. Yep, it's the Tool. And my favorite one is very minor as well. So I'm happy with those results. We're gonna check out these. Actually, let's check out these click arts just for funsies. Let's go ahead and try. Of course, I'm gonna try the blue. Click art. Let's see. So yeah, that does ghost. And, oh, excuse me, I had to sneeze. Let's go ahead and do these swatches, these brush pens really quick on this one. Probably won't be using these that much, but that's okay. We're gonna test them out anyways. So, this is actually kind of a fun little experiment to do. I do like pen swatching. Not into fountain pens though. I tried. The only way I'll do a fountain pen is if it has an ink cartridge. If you want to have me mess around with actual ink that I have to put into a pen or cartridge or whatever it is that they call it, it's not for me. I tried and I can't. I do my best with it, and no matter what, I create this huge mess, and to each its own. All right, so The darker ones do ghost, but the lighter ones don't ghost at all. And let's do that dark blue mild liner just to see if that blue goes through as well. It's minor, not too terrible. So overall, I do like this paper. I will probably use my Sarasa mark-on on it because I do like the way that that pen writes. And it's not gonna ghost that much that I can tell. The Muji doesn't ghost that much as well either. So I can use this one. Overall, it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the other one really quick. So my second choice would be this Day Designer, which we already know what the paper's like because of that one. But I don't really need to swatch it. The difference between that one and this one is that this one has these here already and it has a to do. So I would have to cover that a little bit, and the page color, it is on the white side, but not as stark white. This is an in-between the cream colored page that I showed you and this. So it's just, see, it's not completely stark white. It's got a little tinge to it, which I like because I love the Day Designer. So we're gonna test out, let's see. Let's test out this other one. I already know what's gonna happen with that one. So this is another collab one. This one is a collab with Rachel Parcel. And this layout, it's not conducive to what I wanna do, okay? But we can go ahead and we can swatch because that's what was asked. I want to go ahead and check it out. So since it's July, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing that I said I was going to do on the other one. Let's go ahead and run this through just down the middle. And then let's go ahead and do a thick one. And then let's do the tulle. So tulle. And let's do the Fudenosuke. And let's try Mr. Muji. I'm naming them. That's funny. And what else? I did the Sarasa clip. Sarasa clip. And the one that I like, which is the mark-on. And we'll go ahead and we'll do this dark blue mild liner. And what else did I do? I did all of these, didn't I? So let's check out these first. So minor ghosting on the tulle. The rest of them are just subtle. And there's barely any ghosting at all with those mild liners. And the Fudenosuke, very, very hint of ghosting. So this paper is stark white, just so you know. As you can see, stark white. So let's go ahead and do these really quick. And I want to say we don't even have to do them all. We're gonna do the darker colors, which is what counts because that's what bled through on the other ones. Okay. And last one is this one. Okay, So let's take a look at what the damage is with that. So that is on the dark colors, you're gonna have some ghosting. That's just the way that it is. With the lighter ones, you're not gonna have ghosting. So depends on what your preference is. So those two are done, and I have one more that I want to show you. So this one here is the same paper that is on that daily. So this one started in May, so this is going to be pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and check them out. I want to say it's going to have the same effect as that other one did. So that is the mild liner with that side. We're going to do the mild liner on the other side as well. And we're going to do that blue one. Okay, so we did those. Let's go ahead and try out the tool. Not bad. It writes so nice. It feels so good when you write with it. It's just a nice pen, but it does bleed a little bit. So this is the Sarasa Mark-On. And there we're gonna do the Fudenosuke. We're doing it fast. And this is the Sarasa Clip. We'll just call it Clip. Mr. Muji. And let's do light. And then let's try out the dark ones. I mean, this will give you an idea of what it is that you're looking at. If you go to, you can find these at Target. You can find them at Walmart. I think Staples has them as well if they're still open. I don't know about Office Depot now that I'm wondering. Not sure about that. And of course you can find them online, and I think you can get them at Amazon as well. So that is what that looks like on the other side of the page. So the tool is the one that bleeds the most out of the pens. The Fudenosuke second. And then the dark colors of those Tombow brush pens, they do come out a bit. But overall, I mean, for the price that you're paying for these planners, you know, it's not a bad deal. Yeah, there is slight ghosting, especially under the light. You can see the September is coming through that page. So I don't quite see that on these. Let me see. Yeah, no, you don't see that as much on these. So I think it has to do with the cream colored paper. It is a very nice feeling paper, but it does feel a little bit lighter than, it's not as thick as this one. So there's that. And we could do a line through this one. I kind of know what I have on this one already, but why not? Because we're definitely not going to use July right now. So we can go ahead and do this one as well, just because. So there's that. There's a thick one. Here's the blue. And that's the tool. This is the one that I'll be using the most. I'll probably need to get another one of these soon. Sarasa Mark. Let's do the clip. And let's do this one. Fude and the Muji. And what do we have? Okay, so as I said before, minor, very minor. And let's go ahead and do these really quick. So we got that. We've got this one. Let's do these two darker ones. And let's do the light one too, so that you can see the difference. All right, so with these, the dark ones are gonna give you some ghosting and that light one won't. So depending on what you wanna use them for, especially the pens that you use, I don't have a fountain pen that I can share with you, unfortunately. If I do end up getting a fountain pen, maybe I'll have a friend of mine lend me one. I don't have any ink to put in one of the ones that I had. If not, I would go ahead and put a new cartridge, but I need new cartridges and I haven't gotten any for the fountain pen that I do have. But those are the ink swatches. I hope that was helpful. And if you have any other questions with regards to these planners, feel free to ask. You can go ahead and put a comment on the video, and I'll try to do my best to answer your question. I do know that they'll probably be releasing their 2026 ones probably very soon. And they do have different sizes. These are like an A5 size roughly. And this one that I showed you that I have in this cover, this is the one, that's the pocket one. And they do have weekly and they do have dailies as well. So on that note, thanks so much for watching, and I hope that was helpful, and I'll catch you later. Bye.